DC ramps up efforts to tow and impound vehicles. Let's get into this. On Tuesday, the DC Council passed a bill that gives local authorities the power to tow and impound vehicles with fake, obscured, expired, missing, or temporary tags, often associated with reckless driving and illegal activity. The act, introduced by Council member Brianna Nadeau, gives muscle to the Department of Public Works parking enforcement. Previously, it was difficult for authorities to hold these drivers accountable because the city's growing fleet of traffic cameras can't identify fake tags, and a plate search doesn't turn up violations with invalid numbers. For a car to be towed, it had to have at least two unpaid fines. DPW is also ramping up booting, towing, and impounding cars under the new Scoutlaw program, which DPW is growing next year. The Scoutlaw program is a law that allows local governments to prevent people from registering or renewing their vehicle if they have outstanding fines, fees, or taxes. The initiative, launched in April, targets repeat offenders who've racked up at least $3,000 in unpaid tickets. Under the Scoutlaw program, the city towed 411 cars that owed nearly $3 million this year. It booted 3,323 cars with $8.7 million in fines. Of the 411 impounded vehicles, 132 were released to owners who collectively paid nearly 330,000 in fines. Others were scrapped, auctioned, or remain on the lot. Virginians were the biggest offenders, with 185 vehicles towed, followed by DC 102 and Maryland 77. DPW says they're upping their tech game and manpower starting next year. They're adding license plate readers and additional staff for 10 boot teams. They're also expediting processes on their three impoundment lots, which are often at capacity. Enforcement is still difficult. It can only happen on DC streets, private property, and anywhere outside the district is off limits. And officials can't suspend Virginia or Maryland licenses, even if drivers rack up enormous fines. The DC Attorney General's office can help hold out of state drivers accountable under the new road rule laws the council passed in the spring. The office can bring civil lawsuits against drivers who've racked up enormous fines, regardless of where the vehicle and driver are registered. The AG office is busy identifying drivers with the highest amounts of outstanding fines and longest list of dangerous offenses. They've also hired two new attorneys for the job. Um, that's concerning, considering most people in DC actually need their vehicles to get back and forth to work. Some people just don't live in the city limits, and they need their vehicles, or they live in the city limits and they don't really want to take public transportation because it's not conducive to their lifestyle. Some people have to go shopping for elders in the community, or they may have to shop for their family. They may have to have a car to travel because they have to check on a sick family member. There's so many different life issues as to why people need their vehicles. I don't know if this new tax on the people is something that is fair, especially to DC residents who pay some of the highest taxes in the nation. Uh, this feels like slavery, in my opinion. Um, I'm not sure if this is sustainable and if people can sustain paying the high property taxes, sales taxes, income taxes, and everything else DC has to offer, and also have to worry about getting a ticket, getting two tickets, and they go unpaid and losing their vehicle. Your thoughts on the situation? I think this is terrible. I'm hoping that the federal government does step in and start to regulate DC a little bit more because this is out of control and it's not fair to the seniors and people who have lived here their entire life, who have paid into the system. And I think it is all part of a plan to control the movement. So give me your thoughts below, and thank you again for tuning into the Awareness District. Please like, share, comment, and tell a friend.